In the financial systems, for instance, sometimes just a an everyday user sees a mail or something coming and they imagine that it's coming from their banks. It looks very much the same. And for many who are not considered to be having any form of expertise in these matters, they just think, well, this is from my financial institution asking for these details, and just innocently click, and that's it. Now, for the others, you just plug in something, and then your whole device is corrupted. These days, there are warnings going around that people should minimize their logging onto public internet facilities for fear of, in fact, there are some who say you plug in your phone in some places, you also risk your details being stolen.
Right. Yeah, so all of this happens actually, these are all different types of attacks. So, for instance, when you receive something, usually the attackers, they use kind of a mind game. That's kind of part of social engineering attack, because, for instance, if they're going to hack you, they want to pretend to be your bank. They could have a logo from GTB, for instance. They could use a domain name that looks like GTB, but maybe with small little changes that you may not likely even identify that that's not coming from GTB. And they may take text from GTB actual's email and just plug in somewhere. So you may think that's coming from a legitimate bank. So oftentimes we tell users that you have to vet very well. You have to look at the domain, you have to look at the content, you have to look at even the spelling, you have to look at capitalization, you have to look at so many things, even time of day. Does your bank often send you an email at that particular time of day? Does that look like your bank? Does your bank spell their name in cap locks? Does it, do they spell it like in small letters? All of these things are important. And when you talk about, for instance, you plugging in your device on a public Wi-Fi, for instance, a lot of times if you do not trust the Wi-Fi, and we could check things like the certificate, the type of protocol they're using. So all of this, if the user is not informed, they won't really understand what is the effect of that and how that at the end of the day is going to affect them in whether they may be attacked or not.
In other words, you must continue to remain one step ahead of those who might be criminals or who might be trying to do certain untoward things. But then you also have interests in forensics. Yes, and this we would like you to talk about.
So digital forensics pretty much is another offshoot of cybersecurity, if you will, because in most of universities in the United States and I think around the world, they're kind of seen as interlaced. So most students that are kind of digital forensics students are sort of computer science students in cybersecurity focus, but then the offshoot into forensics. So with forensics, the idea is we're going to try to extract digital evidence or evidences from digital devices. And oftentimes, these evidences are evidences for cyber attack or evidences left during cybercrime. So again, we all have devices. We may be the one using the device, and there's, there may be a criminal investigation, and the law enforcement are trying to extract some evidence from the device. Now that's where digital forensics comes into play. So my work in digital forensics pretty much is to try to come up with new tools and techniques that we can extract a lot of different digital evidences from smartphones and IoT devices. That's kind of my focus. And I've developed a couple of tools, mostly that uses memory forensics, so we can retrieve what we call data from the volatile memory, which is the transient memory that often kind of wipes out whenever you lose power. But there are other parts of digital forensics that could extract data from the non-volatile storage.